Greetings, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. I apologize again. I've been gone a long time. I realize that. And I've anguished about it a lot. And I said, things have to change. Things have to change. I love this channel and I love my subscribers, all of you. Some of you have been very loyal to me for a really long time and I really appreciate it. I have no intention of going anywhere. But I do have a sincere intention to do better by you. I've been giving it a lot of thought, and I've come up with a little bit of a plan. So today I'd just like to share with you my little plan, which I'm going to call it an intention, not a plan. Because I'm not so good at keeping my plans, but I'm a little better at keeping my intentions. I take that a little more serious as a witch. But I also first want to catch up where I've been. I realize it's been like a month since I've been here. I hinted around that I was working on a big project. I had a big project going on, a little bit of a thing going on. It was a book. It was something for my book. Samhain weekend, last weekend, Samhain for Samhain. We had a 2-night event here at the home. Of course, Sunday was our regular ritual for Samhain to celebrate the Sabbath, but also the night before that, Saturday night, we had a witch's tea, which was so much fun. It was really so much fun, and it was my intention. I did a lot of prepping for that tea, and I did a lot of projects, special projects for the tea, and a lot of things. And it was my intention, my whole sincere intention, to have you come along with me on some of that. I was going to do some filming as I did it, so you could share some of those preps with me. I even was suffering from the delusion that before we actually began the tea, once everything was set up, I could take a little run through with my video camera and catch everybody up. That did not happen. As you can imagine, it did not happen. I was very, we did it, everything was done in time, but we were really rather rushed the end, and my number one obligation was for my guests who were waiting for the tea to begin. So, but rest assured you're going to be able to see a lot about it and hear a lot about it, because it's going to be a big part. I'm going to have a big write-up about it in my book, my forthcoming book, which you're going to have. You can have knowledge about that book, how you're able to get that when it's ready to be published. It's a year away probably before it happens, but some of the things I will take you along the way as I do it. Other things will just have to be a surprise when you get the book. But I can give you a little bit of an insight. The tea it wasn't a regular Halloween. You hear about witches having teas all the time for Halloween. This is a little bit different. It was a little different kind of a take. It was more meant for witches, actual witches attending a tea, rather than for people wanting to pretend to be witches at Halloween. So the twist was a little different. The food was a little different. The atmosphere maybe a little different. And we did some divination, of course, during the tea, as a part of it, including some tea leaf reading, which I will share some of what we learned in an upcoming video with you. I promise to do that, because that was really fun. It was a lot of interesting. It was, for most of it, it was our first actual experience with reading tea leaves, and we learned some interesting things that I'd like to share. So anyway, that's what I was doing there. That was part of my the month-long thing. It's also, remembering that Samhain is a harvest time. We're still in the middle of harvest. I have a lot of harvest obligations that I've been attending to. Again, I meant to record a lot of that, but it was just not possible. The way I was doing things sporadically, by bits and pieces. I would do one step one day and another step another day, and it was just, doing 3 things, 4 things at once. It was just not going to make the best video, to be honest. But again, I promise to make that up to you. We all had some exciting thing happen. We also did something, my husband, I don't know if we're ready to say it yet, but because nobody really knows about it yet, but we bought a shuttle bus. We bought a shuttle bus that we want to renovate and make it into a bit of like a bus for camping. and also to take it on the road, take the witches on the road a little bit, maybe do some tarot on the road. Or we have a daughter that lives in another state and friends that live elsewhere. We have a lot of friends that we'd like to catch up and visit with, and some relatives, and we thought that it might be fun in the future to have something that we could use that way. COVID pretty much, I wasn't a big fan of staying in motels and things anyway. Now I'm really not a fan of it, and I really like the idea of being able to be in my own vehicle with my own food and my own everything. So I'm going to take you a little bit along on that if I can. But my big reason is I wanted to let you know that I was okay, everything was fine. But I also want to tell you that I really do have this time, I know I've made these promises before, but I have this time a plan and action of how I'm going to go forward with the channel. There's two parts to this. Number one, I know a lot of people, when things happen, like this was my month that I was just not available for recording, so there was just radio silence from me. I didn't talk and you didn't see me, and I know people worry when I'm not here, and it's just not kind at all of me to do that, and without explanation. So I was even not on Facebook. Some of them follow me on Facebook. I've been on there very little. So I thought, how do other people do it? And I've been investigating because I know other people that have other kind of channels are able to do this. And one way they're able to do it is they have a queue. They're ahead in their videos up to a week or 2 or 3 weeks or more in their videos, at least some videos that they can pull and draw from. Okay. And I thought that would be a really good idea. I've tried a little bit in the past to do it, but I failed because I just failed. But I'm not going to give excuses why, but I just failed. But I'm really determined now to get a queue started and to be a little ahead in most of my videos. Still put in, current ones as I need to, but, to have something. So there's something for you, for those that you are so loyal and that watch for me. And the other thing, which is another part of this, is I've been struggling a little bit and decide where am I going with my channel. Because I've mentioned in the past that I have a little bit of a conflict between some people who want only tarot videos and other people who only want witchy videos and they're not interested in tarot or whatever. And I really, even though I love tarot and I do a tarot reading, every time I put up a tarot reading video, my views just go out, they go down to practically nothing. Nobody watches the tarot videos at all. And I don't have a niche. I don't fit into a niche. And I'm thinking, well, what's my niche? What's my niche? Because I'm not a part of either the tarot community or the witch community, if there is one. I'm really not a part of either. I watch mostly homesteading channel videos. I'm certainly not a part of the homesteading community because I'm not a homesteader. And most of them are fundamentalist Christians, which I am also not. I just don't know where I belong. Where do I belong? I watch a lot of videos now on renovating a shuttle bus, but I'm not a part of that community either. I'm not a schoolie or a bus person, so where do I belong? And it keeps coming back to me over and over again from some of you who say, some of you think of me as a grandmother that you wish you had or didn't have, or now miss or whatever, and I'm fine with that if that's what you want to consider me. I do have a lot of things that I know how to do. I have a lot of interests and I have a lot of knowledge I'd like to share, and some ideas that I like to explore. And I enjoy keeping in touch with those of you who keep in touch with me. And so I decided I'm going to try to give you a little bit of everything. I'm not going to apologize for what I do or who I am. I'm not going to feel bad about that if I'm cooking and I'm supposed to be, because some people just seem to want me to be putting up spells and puppets every day of the week, which I don't know what kind of a witch you think I am, but I don't sit here and just put on hexes on people left and right every day. I do other things. I do other things. I make a meatloaf and I, plant tomatoes. I do a lot of things. Give my dog, a good brushing. So my point is, if you want to just follow some of my day-to-day activities, some of you who wish, I'm going to accommodate that. Now, what I've decided to do to make it fair to everybody is I'm going to try to keep some kind of a schedule. Not necessarily a schedule that is going to happen every week, but for instance, if you're going to have maybe if it's a Monday and I have something new, the Monday video is going to be what I'm going to call a Motley Monday video. It's a general catch-up video, what's happening, maybe a little bit of this and that kind of things. A lot of people do that, it'll catch up. If I'm going to do any kind of catching up with you currently in the current week, it's going to happen on a Monday. That video will be out on a Monday. If I'm going to do any kind of a video on divination or tarot or anything having to do with tarot, it's going to happen on a Tuesday. If I have anything to do with witchy housekeeping or making spells or puppets or anything like that that you would consider to be a witchy video, that's going to happen, strictly witchy. That's going to happen on Wednesday. And then if I do anything else, it'll be like a fun day thing, like we take you travels or talk about my shuttle bus, or if I take you to Dog Beach or whatever, we just hang out in the yard with the chickens. If we want to do something like that, that might be a Friday, which we would call Fun Day Friday. Not a schedule, but that's 4 potential videos a week. Some weeks we'll have 1, some will have 2, some will have 3, possibly some will have 4. But you will know if you're a tarot only person, check back on Tuesday. If there's going to be a new tarot video, it's going to happen Tuesday. If it doesn't happen Tuesday, it will probably be the following Tuesday before it happens. So you can just go about your way and ignore me, whatever else I do that week. That's kind of my intention. So I find that I don't have to apologize to people. So I find that I don't have to feel guilty about talking about things you don't want me to talk about. But also, I don't think it fair of me to neglect the people who just want to know how you make tincture, or how you make bread. I just had a big adventure in sandwich loaves, using a Pullman pan, which was a giant adventure for me. Adopting recipes for Pullman pans, which makes a nice dense sandwich bread that's necessary when you're making tea sandwiches. So I had a big adventure in that. Some of you might be interested in that kind of thing. Some of you might be interested in, I'm going to be doing a lot of projects, crafty kind of projects, or things getting ready for the holidays for my family. So you'll know, basically, there's going to be something for everybody. That's just what I'm going to say. All of you are equally important to me. You're a big part of my heart. You're a big part of you enabled me to be here. I appreciate you so much. I don't monetize my channel. I know most people do. I'm still struggling with that idea because I don't want to do it, but I realize that they have put advertisements on my channel, and I don't get paid for those. And if I monetize, then I get a little bit of pay. I get a little bit of something for that rather than just YouTube getting money for it. But I'm torn about that because I'm not here for money. I'm here because I want to share. I want to be a part of your lives as much as I can. I want to share what I know with the people that care to know what I know. Because not everybody wants to know what I know. So it's really lovely to find somebody who really wants to know that. If that makes sense, I'm not sure. Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know that, and I think you're probably thinking, oh, here she goes again, another empty promise. Well, to tell you that I'm not making an empty promise, I'm already starting on this queue, on my list. And I've been experimenting a little bit with having things published when I want them to be published. And I'm not going to do any more. I'm going to let you know right now, there's not going to be any more new videos this week. But starting with next week, there will be. A week from today, there will be a new video up on Monday. Just, some kind of something. And hopefully, there's several more that week. Hopefully, there'll be 7 more next week. But this week, I'm taking the week to try to get ahead of myself in my recording. Because if I can get a little bit of ahead, then I'm good. Then I'll be good to go. And that will also enable me to do some of the projects that I have to do and catching up. And I'll try to set the camera up and do them a little more systematically so I can share some of that with those of you who are interested. I hope that makes sense to you. I hope it's okay with you. That's just what it's going to be. That's where I think I have to go right now. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Like always, I like your feedback. I appreciate your kindness with the feedback. And I'm excited. And I'm excited to start a whole new direction, really, for my channel. A little new life breathed into it, if I might. Okay, so anyway, I'm Rebecca, and I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you blessings.